Hi, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to focus on balance, so you will need a sturdy chair. Let's get started. Let's start with standing up and coming to the side of your chair. Now I'm going to be moving my chair around just so I can fit everything in the frame, but you won't need to do that. So we'll start in Tadasana. So that means your feet are hip distance apart, shoulders back and down, so you have really good posture. That chin is tucked slightly. Palms are forward. You have one hand on your chair, and you're just going to close those eyes and connect with the breath. Returning that focus inward. Spending the next 15 to 20 minutes just on our body, our breath, our balance and our strength. So as you stand in Tadasana, continue to deepen that breath, working on filling those lungs up completely and then emptying them out completely. Focusing on your breath is the best way to clear your mind of all the clutter. It's a mindfulness tool that you have with you at all times. If you're ever feeling anxious or worried, nervous, distracted, focusing on the breath will bring you back to center. So fill up those lungs completely and empty them out completely. And doing that 3 more times on your own. And then you can blink open those eyes. You're going to keep one hand on the chair and then just lift up one leg. Now if this is too challenging for you, you can keep a toe on the ground. Otherwise, lift that leg up, flex the foot, hold on to the chair. If this is easy, you might want to just try holding on with a couple fingers, or maybe hovering the hand above the chair. Another option to challenge your balance is to hold on to the chair, close those eyes. And then lower that leg down. And then move to the other side of your chair. And we'll lift up that other leg. Same options here. There's always the toe touch option. Hanging on with a couple of fingers, hovering the hand above, or maybe closing those eyes. This is a pose you can do throughout the day. Maybe while you're waiting for your toast to get done, from the toaster, lower that leg down. Go back to the first side. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to lift up that leg, but this time we're going to straighten it. Now you might be up here, you might be down here. You can keep your heel on the ground. Play around with those hands. Feeling how much that standing foot is working. And then lower that side down, back to the other side. Leg up and then straighten it. So it feels like we're working on our leg muscles here, which we are, but we're also really working on that core. The stronger your core, the easier balance is going to be for you. Another thing that can be helpful is if you focus on something that's not moving in front of you, on the wall or the floor in front of you. And then lower that foot down. Go back to that first side. We'll get set up here. Take a deep breath in and all the way out. And then we're gonna have one foot planted on the ground, one hand on the chair, one leg out to the side, one arm up. This is a 5-pointed star. And I want you to pay attention to that standing foot. Your toes might be clenched. I want you to try to unclench the toes. Really focusing your weight on the 4 corners of the feet, so that area below the big toe, below the little toe, and on each side of the heel. And then come back down to center. Move to the other side. Arm up. Leg out to the side. I apologize, I don't have a great view of this pose, but that standing foot is, the toes are not clenched. The raised foot is flexed. The fingers are spread wide. And then come back to center. Again, take a deep breath in, back to Tadasana. And out. Now let's go behind your chair. One hand is going to go to the chair. One leg back. That arm comes up. We're going to stay here with your toe on the ground or hinge forward. You can stop anywhere between your toe on the ground or a capital letter T. Just meet your body where it's at today. We have one long line between the fingers and the toes. Come on back up to center. Slowly turn around. The other leg is back, other arm up. Stay here or hinge forward. Breathing. We often want to hold our breath when things get difficult or uncomfortable. Back up to center. Beautiful job. Take a deep breath in again, Tadasana. And now you can stay behind your chair. I'm just going to move mine out of the way so you can see. We're going to sit down in that imaginary chair. So your feet are hip distance apart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lower down. Arms can be out in front or at heart center. Or maybe you're hanging onto that chair. Your choice. Breathing here. The weight's in the heels. Should be able to wiggle those toes a little bit. Remembering that your body is stronger than your mind thinks it is. Slowly rise on up. Deep breath in and out. we're going to move on to tree pose. Kickstand that heel. Bring the knee back to the back side of your body. So you're opening up this hip joint. Find your balance here. And then grow your branch up. If you need more of a challenge, you can hover that hand or maybe grow up both branches. Or you can move that foot up to the calf. Or maybe you're just going to stay where you're at. Meeting your body where it's at. Lower down that arm. Bring that knee forward and then down. And then move to the other side. Tree. During this pose, I love to envision a favorite kind of tree. Mine would be a big burly oak tree. So much history. Breathe. This pose can also be done in your bed, lying on your back. It takes the balance out of it, but it still opens up that hip. Lower that hand down, bring that knee into center. Take a deep breath into Tadasana one more time. And all the way out. Now our last pose. Standing behind your chair, holding on. We're just going to go up on your toes. And play around with your hands here. This is a foot strengthener and a balance. Lower down, deep breath in, and all the way out. And have a seat. Our final resting pose is called Shavasana. Some say it's the most important pose in yoga. I invite you to get comfortable in your chair, close those eyes, and let everything go. Let go of control of the breath and of your thoughts, and just be still. I'll guide you out when we're done. Slowly deepen your breath. And bring some movement to your fingers and your toes. And those hands up to heart center. Thank you for taking time today to challenge your balance. The light and the teacher in me honors the light and teacher in each of you. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.